Hello guys, it's your favorite brown guy here. Remember, Pucks and Deep doesn't happen without you, so please subscribe, please like the video, or you're going to make Kylan cry.
Getting better and, getting pucks deep.
Putting the puck deep.
Put pucks in deep.
He's tripping pucks. He's getting pucks deep.
Getting a lot of pucks deep. Getting pucks deep.
Just put the puck deep.
Getting pucks out. Getting pucks deep.
Get pucks deep. Wear them down.
Get pucks in.
Pucks in. Pucks in deep.
Puck deep. Pucks deep. Keep getting pucks deep and, deep.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Pucks and Deep podcast. Happy New Year from all of us at Pucks and Deep. I'm Dark Chocolate, also known as Brown Vetchkin, also known as Zully. I'm here with White Chocolate, also known as Evan, and the Junior C legend himself, Kylan. And I'm not sure if you guys can see, but we're missing a
very
big piece.
big part of our podcast.
Humongous
Emphasis on
piece.
big.
Really giant piece here missing.
The dumbass slept in.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
1:15 in the afternoon.
Yes, it
When
is
we're recording
1:15
this.
in the afternoon.
So-
Absolute legend, may I just say.
And if you don't know who we're talking about, we are talking about none other than the Stevenator.
What was his title? Just the Canucks fan?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is.
all it was.
The Niels Hoglander. Dick
Yeah,
Ryder.
Nils
Yeah.
Hoglander.
Yeah.
Yeah, meat rider. That's what it was.
Yeah, there's a big hole in the podcast today, so
Emphasis on big.
very big.
All right, so
All right,
I want to
start us off,
I
Kylan.
want to start us off. Something I want to get done right away before we get into all the drama that's unfolded, because again, we've been gone for 2 weeks, so there's a bunch of shit that happened.
Holy shit!
I want to talk about mid-season awards. So if we were to start do awards right now, and I want to start off with some fun awards, and then we'll get into the actual awards. So the first fun one I want to do is who is your guys' most mediocre average team of the NHL
The Blues.
mid-season?
I was gonna say St. Louis. Yeah,
St.
I was gonna
Louis,
say
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis. I feel like they're
I don't
just
fucking know what
there.
they're doing.
They're just there.
You could also say Calgary. Like, we're literally perfect mid. We're probably going to end like 41 and 41. I guess, well,
Yeah,
close to that.
Calgary as
kinda
well.
curious.
We're going to
Feels
end
like
like
the dead middle right
36,
now.
36, and then like whatever's left over overtime losses or shootout losses.
I actually love the fact that Martin Berger came on a podcast and said that when he tried to send Jordan Binnington down to the AHL, he said, "I'm not leaving."
that sounds like Binnington.
No, he says, "I'm not leaving."
So right now it's actually the Bruins who are the 16th.
So if we go by that, but like
I know. I'm just saying overall.
No,
but
most mid-team,
overall,
though.
I think it's St. Louis.
I would have said St. Louis. Yeah.
Also going to put Ottawa in contention, but I think
Yeah.
St. Louis is a little higher.
No, there's a gap between Ottawa and St. Louis. I think, like,
Yeah.
like in terms of either players or skill, I do think that the Sens are definitely lower
Yeah, I agree.
than the Blues.
All right, next award. Biggest disappointment.
Like team-wise or player-wise?
We're gonna do team and then player.
Team-wise, give me Nashville Predators.
Facts.
I really had them up there. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, actually, no. Let me take that back. The New York Rangers. What the hell is
Yeah,
happening?
you
That
could
team was.
say
That
that.
team was. That was.
They were
my
already
Stanley
at
Cup
high
Finals.
expectations, and then, but yeah, Nashville picked them up. But yeah, no, Rangers are
Yeah, I give Nashville.
Rangers are pretty brutal.
Also,
I'm gonna say year after year is still the Sabres. Fuck, they should be so much better than what they are.
Yeah.
They're putting it a little. They're putting it together a bit better right now, but it's. I mean, might be too little, too late. But if you look at the Eastern wild card, there's 7 points, or at least 7. There's between 7 and 10 points between last place in the East and first wild card.
yeah,
Like,
you got a point there.
That's 3 games and you're right in it. So
Yep. Okay.
if they get lucky, they just gotta put it together.
Biggest disappointment of a player.
Besides Parker,
Yeah. Fuck. Jeez.
I mean, I don't know.
Emphasis on the biggest.
Would you take someone on Nashville? Like, I mean, I know their expectations, in my
No.
opinion, were so much higher than they should have been
Like,
for
I
being
think
middle
Yeah,
aged.
Stamkos might be up there?
No, because this thing that you brought Stamkos in to be sort of that veteran
Yeah.
role to a point. I wouldn't put Stammer in there. If you're picking a guy from Nashville, it's hard because their whole team kind of was underperforming. If we're picking one guy in general that was supposed to like really perform but is not yet.
I have a great guy. And again, I know we're going to talk about this later, and there's a good reason. But
Yeah,
Elias Pettersson.
is. I was gonna say Pettersson.
You got that $11.5
been a little
million
rough.
contract now, buddy.
He's been barely
oh.
a point per game since signing that.
If you were to ask me this 2 months ago, I'd say Jeremy Swayman.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a really good one.
But he's picked it up in the last month. Like he's finally.
The whole team has.
Yeah. Who else is there?
UC Saros, I think, is also up
Saros,
there.
yeah.
Saros kind of fell off a
He's also
little bit.
kind of on a
Saros.
bad team, though.
He's
It's not
on a
entirely
shitty
the goalie's
team.
fault.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's basically it on that. There's
What's
no one
another
really
one
I'm
we
like-
can do? I got another one. Most hated team. From not in
Can
general
it
for the
not-
fan base, for like in the league right now, you're sitting there, you're saying, "Fuck this team."
Can
Oh,
be anybody
okay.
but Vegas.
If it's that is fair. I was also going to say Florida.
Florida.
I really
is
hate
mine,
Florida.
Yeah.
I'm not
Florida's
gonna lie.
mine.
Nah, I don't care about Florida.
Vegas is up there, but again, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing the jerseys we're wearing right now. We're all very big French fans, you know.
Oh no, not French.
All from
I'm
Quebec.
just
No,
like,
not
French.
French.
It's
just
just
like
the
the
Habs.
Canadians.
Don't get it twisted.
You can't say Habs. That means citizen in French or whatever.
Low
person.
key. The Maple Leafs and the Bruins. Actually, Bruins, I'll give a little bit.
I
of
don't have
pass
any
on them.
bias towards the
The
Bruins. I
Maple
don't hate
Leafs
them.
fans are starting to get a little too confident.
I
Little
I hate
too
Vancouver
confident.
fans.
I mean, you could say any rivalry.
I hate Parker.
I hate one Vancouver fan.
I hate one. I hate the biggest Vancouver fan.
No. Year after year, I dislike Edmonton fans.
Okay, but we're in Calgary.
Yeah, that's what I said. You could pick any rivalry.
We're in Calgary.
Yeah. I have to
If I
admit,
had to pick like a team that I have no like allegiance to by any means, I would probably still say Florida because like their building is sparse. They're now getting an outdoor game in Miami.
yeah.
Oh, we need to talk about that.
No.
Holy.
Let's okay. How the fuck are you gonna make a out? Like it was hard enough in Vegas, and the ice was melting.
So when the Vegas ice melted, they had to push the game to like almost midnight local time.
How the fuck are you gonna get Miami, Florida to do that? Never mind the fact that it's just gonna be fucking girls in bikinis the whole time. No one's gonna be able to watch the puck. How the fuck are you gonna get with the weather?
It is currently 22 degrees
Frigid.
in Miami, Florida.
Frigid.
I don't know. Like, okay,
That's
look,
probably the coolest it's gonna get all year.
here's the thing: is like Dallas is one that a lot of people
Dallas
are
you
pointing
could do.
But Dallas, it was like 1 degree there, and I'm like, okay, that's actually reasonable.
You could do
right?
1 degree.
But Dallas gets cold enough.
And Dallas is a
Miami
hockey
does
market.
not.
I know, yeah, that's the thing, right? And I don't understand Miami. How are you going again?
There-
We remember the Lake Tahoe thing with the Vegas.
Yeah,
That would absolutely screw it up.
It's what's gonna happen is that okay, no, there is a way they can do it construction wise. It's just they're gonna have a ton of cold pipes with cold running water circulating underneath the ice to try and keep it cool. The issue is that
That's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money first off, and second off,
They don't
my-
pay state taxes in Florida, so everybody's got money there.
my worry is that because it's being done in Florida, and this is a worry I actually had in Vegas as well, is that because of where it's being held, it's just going to turn into one big party and it's going to reflect poorly on the NHL.
I can see that, but NHL
Nah.
players aren't really big partiers. I would say.
Dude,
What are you
every
talking about?
player
Everyone has
there's
blow
nose
up
to
their
nose.
nose.
Like, I mean,
Everyone
like-
has fucking blow up their nose, dude.
Actually, got a point there. Okay, never mind. I mean, like they're very quiet about it versus like NBA players.
No,
like,
no.
They're up with the Hennessy and everything.
No,
you know what I
and
mean?
I get
Like,
that. I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the fans. I'm worried that the whole
Yes.
atmosphere is not
Okay.
going to be very
That makes
family
more
friendly for kids.
Yeah,
for
there's
example.
gonna be no one there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
There's no one
fair
at the
point.
Blues Hawks game. There's gonna be no one at the Florida
yeah, and the
game.
Winter Classic has had probably the worst ratings it's ever had, which
It
is
did.
insane.
It was the
Like,
lowest viewership of any.
Well, because you picked I gave you Bedard, but you picked St. Louis and Chicago.
You
the
picked the
two
most mid team and a rebuilding team.
Yeah, the two most average fucking teams.
And with all due respect to Chicago, I think we're done with them in the Winter Classic. Like, how many
For
games
now.
has these guys had?
They're
Well,
0-5 in the last 5.
but like, there's better teams than those.
That's
two,
what I'm
right?
saying. Like when they're
Oh, fuck, the
competitive.
NHL logo's French.
It is, yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
LNH, Ligue Nationale du Hockey.
Gross.
Fuck you.
I know.
Kyle's gonna get us ad blocked because he's
Okay, so
cursing a storm and
I
racist.
actually want to know if you guys were the commissioner right now, how would you fix the Winter Classic? Do you like put it on break?
I wouldn't change anything. I would just pick better teams to do it.
Yeah, I'd
who would you
pick.
pick?
Or
Who's your-
better locations. I guess the one in Chicago wasn't too bad. Really
next year, if you could choose, who are your 2 teams you're choosing?
Oh, Minnesota is one of them. It's gonna be in
Minnesota
Minnesota.
has to host an outdoor game.
They've already
Minnesota-
had one.
When?
2019. They had it at the.
That's 5 years is
Yeah, it
enough.
doesn't count.
6 years is
That's
enough.
Minnesota versus who's Minnesota's rival?
No one. They're Minnesota's kind
Chicago?
of irrelevant. Fuck
No,
off.
no.
You
They have-
literally said
I know,
30 seconds ago.
But like
No
you're
Chicago.
telling me who's their biggest rival. I'd say Chicago.
No, Minnesota doesn't have a rival.
They played St.
They're
Louis in
irrelevant
2019.
practically.
I wanted to see.
Okay.
Fuck it. Do Minnesota, Colorado, 2 winter teams. I'd be down to see that.
If you really want Florida to be an outdoor game, because again, they're a fantastic team right now. They're former Stanley Cup champions. Do Minnesota and Florida in Minnesota.
Hey, if they
that's a nasty
if they
matchup.
did an outdoor game in Florida and did a Battle of Florida, I'd be a lot less angry about what they chose.
Yeah.
Like you got to pick a rivalry. You should. You should ban anybody outside the top 15 from playing in a outdoor game.
You got to pick a rivalry, or you got to pick like a good hockey town, like a good hockey state, like Minnesota, and then a really good team. Like, that's got to be your two choices.
I think I have a really good option here. Again, I understand why they didn't do it next year, but Utah and
I was
Colorado
about to
should be
say-
a good matchup. Battle in
You
the
just
Rockies.
can't host it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Utah's a good idea. New team, and they'll get a new name. Like they'll be the Yeti.
And then add it against the
Or Blizzard, I
Avalanche
don't know
and
what-
have
yeah.
a battle in the Rockies. Try
A
to build that
Yeti
up,
versus
right?
the Avalanche in an outdoor game. That'd be kind of sick.
I think the Blizzard
hear me
versus
out.
an Avalanche would be fantastic. That'd be so funny.
The Rumble in the Rockies.
It's not bad.
That's a pretty good name. I'm just saying.
I don't even know what the difference
alright.
is between
I
the
really
outdoor
like
games. there.
Seattle's too. Like I think Seattle. You need a Seattle-Vancouver matchup. Outdoors. I'd
Yeah.
say. I think it's a
Yeah.
good
We
one.
should run back. Pittsburgh versus Philly? No,
No, Buffalo.
Buffalo. Was it
Yeah.
Buffalo?
That was a good one.
Okay, I would say do it again, but Buffalo's kind of been shit ever since that game.
I want
so
to
I don't
see
know.
Philly versus.
Philly just had one last year.
I know.
Philly Rangers. That was a good one. That's probably the next best one. You can do Philly Rangers. We could do like instead
No,
of putting.
you can do Philly Pittsburgh Battle of Pennsylvania.
You can do that too.
Like,
even
I
though Pittsburgh
really-
technically plays in the borders of New York.
I know.
I'll be honest. I really like the
Or,
stadium
sorry, Philly.
series. The stadium series this year is Columbus, Detroit.
I think the
That's a good
stadium
matchup
series
to
are
me.
always better than anything else.
like
I'm
it's
fucking tired.
Michigan, Ohio.
No-
It's a lot of rivalry there.
No offense for Detroit, but they never come with interesting jerseys. The jerseys are always so fucking plain.
Yeah,
No,
but
okay,
you
hold on.
don't fix what's not broken.
that is fair.
Look at Vegas. They fixed what wasn't broken. Now they look like even more like idiots.
I love those jerseys.
Also, they should have done if they wanted New York in an outdoor game. Here, go to
That's
the
not bad.
no.
I
Go
love
to
these.
the down one.
this one.
Yeah, that is probably
That one I
the
like.
That is
greatest-
so nice.
That might be my favorite jersey of all time.
And like the thing is like yes, Chicago and Detroit have brought in really good jerseys. I have to admit, there's been last year's for Chicago's really good.
Oh, yeah.
But how many throwback jerseys can you do? You know
Well,
what I
if
mean?
you're an original six and you haven't changed the logo, not much. Or if you're a new team, you can't do that much.
Right,
But
and it
you
always
don't
seems-
always, you don't like. Why do they always have to do a throwback? Like make something new. Like look at. I mean, Vegas was. I actually liked Vegas's outdoor jersey. I thought they
Yeah.
were pretty cool. The V was a little simple, but I liked it. And even the Kraken might be a little simple, but they went with something new. I mean, both
no, the
teams didn't have a
Kraken,
choice.
dude, the Kraken Winter Classic is the best Winter Classic jersey of all time.
It's just
I
purple
will
say
stripes.
it.
It's okay.
I love it.
I
You
like-
would take the Kraken jersey over the Detroit one you have on screen
Any
right now.
day,
Are
I
you
would rock
fucking
that
kidding
Kraken
me?
jersey. I love
I'm not
that
saying I
Kraken
wouldn't,
jersey.
but that is the best outdoor jersey. What
like-
about the 08 Penguins? You're saying you take the Kraken over the 08 Penguins?
It's a close one to
Are
me.
you kidding me?
Not
This
the
is-
LA Penguins.
this is a
Oh
hot
my
take.
God.
Cake.
The 08 Penguins is probably my top 3, but I like the 11
No,
Penguins
a
better.
hot take means
The
you could at
2011?
least be right about something. You're fucking wrong.
I love the Kraken. It goes to me as the Kraken, and then 11 Penguins, 08 Penguins.
I like for Winter Classic jerseys.
Pull up the Kraken jersey right now. But in a separate tab. We got to have them side to side.
Yeah.
Because there's no way now this guy's talking about the Kraken outdoor jersey being better.
It is. It is so much better.
Better than the 08 Penguins and the, what was
100%.
that? Was it the 2012 Red Wings?
The 2014 Red Wings.
14?
We're looking
Sorry,
at, yeah.
I don't like that.
2014.
Like,
Dude,
I
it's
don't
not
like
bad.
it.
It's
I
not
love
bad,
it.
but
I don't like
like
it.
obviously this one is just amazing, but I like this one better. I like the dark blue. I like the 2011 better.
like the
I
light
mean,
blue.
that take right there is like I could believe it. But the other one with the Kraken is the best one of all time.
I'm going Kraken. I'm going this one. You know, one of the little details I love on this is they put a scarf on the penguin.
Yeah, no,
That is
it's
so
on the other
cool.
one
I don't
too,
know
isn't
why.
it?
No, it's only on that one.
it's only on that one? Okay.
But yeah, no, this 2008 one is so
I
classic.
gotta
like,
bring in the what year is it? It's the Calgary one,
2014.
2014.
People hate that jersey. I love that jersey.
That yellow.
Oh, the red and yellow?
Yeah,
Okay,
the
but
red.
that's Heritage
oh,
Classic.
Fuck, that's so
That's Heritage
it's the
nice.
Classic.
same thing.
Okay, if we're talking outdoor jerseys,
You
all
know what? The
time,
Heritage
then.
Classic you might actually have to go retro on the Heritage Classic. But
Yeah.
my point is that people hate that jersey too much. That was a nice jersey.
Why have we not gone to Leafs Habs Heritage Classic?
Because it'll be a riot in the fucking
Habs
stands.
aren't good for one reason. Maybe now you could
Yeah.
get it. And they're starting to. And then when did the Leafs last play one? It's been a little while, hasn't it? It's been a couple of years.
2022. They played Buffalo because they had that weird tee white, just the white
Oh
tee.
yeah, you're right. No,
Yeah.
that was more. That was 2022 or 23. So that's probably the reason why.
That's for T Arena though.
But you also can't just have like
The Aretinas.
the same rivals play each other. Like you gotta maybe make new rivals or make it like
I'm saying,
make it a
Minnesota,
team you
Florida.
don't see very often. Like Calgary sees. Well, any team in the West only sees the East Coast teams like 2 or 3 times a year, maybe even one time a year. Like if you did something like that, I wouldn't even mind if you went all the way out east.
This
Ew.
is my favorite Heritage Classic jersey. I love this
Dog,
one.
you change your opinion so much.
What do you mean?
You change your opinion more than I change my
Like
underwear.
that one's.
No, I'm talking Heritage Classic. Heritage Classic.
It's all the same.
all the fucking
outdoor.
same.
No, if we're
All
talking difference, if we're
outdoor.
talking, see, that one's up there too. That's a nice Winter Classic jersey.
It's plain, but it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad.
It's Montreal. Like, I love the game too. I mean, great 5-1 win. You know.
Okay, let's move back to the
Let's
awards.
move on.
We can get sidetracked.
Actually, I just want to also just talk about what do you guys think about the teams they're playing? Like, Was it Panthers
teams that
Rangers?
play?
It's Panthers Rangers.
Yeah.
And then
Where?
it's Tampa.
Oh.
It's Tampa Boston in Stadium
Like,
Series.
why isn't it? Why don't we have a Battle of Florida?
I think the Hurricanes need to be in there. Just get
Or
some
they're
recency,
close.
right?
They're
Yeah.
good too. Like, I just think that you should have your rivalry. Like New York and Florida. Have they met? Did they ever meet? Have they met in the playoffs?
They made conference finals last year.
this year. Okay,
Yeah.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Which, I mean, yes, they're two good teams, and I understand you want to try to get some tradition in it, but you're going to Florida. I say fuck tradition at that point.
I'm not against Florida playing an outdoor
Why
game.
don't we
It's
have,
probably just them
why wasn't
hosting
it Florida Tampa?
They're gonna play.
I'd
They're gonna
rather-
play on fucking synthetic ice to keep it fucking.
That's
I
like
hate
not
that.
playing. That was like in 2023 or earlier 23 when we took the Battle of Alberta. Not if we didn't take the Battle of Alberta outdoors and we played some random team.
Like, this is going to sound really bad, but why don't you do Vegas, Florida? Right? If you're going to go south, I say you go, fuck it. We're going to go
Vegas
full
just
south.
had one though.
That is fair.
That's what I'm
That
trying to think
is fair.
logistically. Like it should have been the Battle of Florida as the number one choice.
Why don't we do Florida versus Cali? That'd have been fun. Like, I understand Tampa's going to host a game too, so
I mean, you could do
technically
Florida,
can.
Cali, but
versus Florida, Cali.
Like, do a
Anyone.
Cali
Yeah,
team.
because it's on fire right now.
if
that's
San
why.
Jose, okay, if San Jose, when San
Flames
Jose
won.
returns to form, when San Jose returns to form, I'd be down to see like a California Classic. Like,
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Assuming it doesn't burn down.
About
of
that,
course.
I have a little thing about the NHL right now.
little thing.
So,
His things are
Tampa
never
got
little
hit by a
things.
hurricane. Guess which game they have to cancel?
Canes game.
The Canes game. LA gets hit by wildfires. Guess who's in town that
Flames
night?
W, baby. Okay, sorry.
In all seriousness, though,
Like, that is the worst coincidence of all time.
in all seriousness though, the firefighters down in LA have just been waiting for, like in
Oh, yeah.
Cali, been waiting because it's so dry there, and firefighters are going to record about this. It's so dry there that they've literally just been sitting there waiting. They're just saying one of these years a fire is going to start and the wind's going to hit it the wrong way and we'll be powerless to stop it. And that's all that they're seeing right now. They can't
yeah.
do anything about it.
I mean, yeah.
when you have a fire spurting embers everywhere with 50 mile an hour winds, like, fuck are you gonna do?
yeah, it's.
I don't think this is the place.
It's a really. Yeah.
I'm gonna jump ahead.
If you are listening from California, prayers up. I know no one's probably listening from California.
No one
from
listens
here,
from
so-
No
California.
one's listening anyways.
Same thing, but like,
Let's move on.
I'm jumping ahead to the last one, the one that happens over Christmas break. I found it so funny that Dallas got fined $500,000 for hosting a Christmas practice.
oh my god, yeah.
And you know what's funny? The reason why it's fucked up is because like they made it optional. So like Jamie Benn isn't gonna be there. Sagan's not gonna be there. Like all the solidified guys are gonna be there. But you know who's gonna be there are the rookies who's like 18 to 21 who want to make an impression on the team, and now they gotta miss out. I guess it was Boxing Day, so
Yeah.
you still got Christmas, but it's supposed to be the Christmas freeze, right? Like the GMs weren't even allowed to be communicating for trades or anything, and then you run a practice, which I thought was funny.
yeah, no, that
Yeah,
was really
that's
funny.
funny.
Like that's a Vegas
very
type
poor
of thing to do,
management.
not a Dallas kind of thing
Hey,
to do.
isn't it Peter DeBoer who's the coach in Dallas?
Yeah.
He's a Vegas coach.
He was a
You
Vegas
know
coach.
what?
Coach, yeah.
He was a big
Learned it from somewhere.
Fuck, we should just eradicate Vegas.
I agree.
Fuck you.
Screw Vegas.
Okay, I want to move on now. We're gonna move past the awards. I kind of done all the fun awards I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to talk about before we get on to the main
Oh,
dumpster
I
fire.
feel like I gotta say it since I'm wearing a Habs jersey. I think Lane Hudson should win the Calder Trophy.
I was right.
That guy exploded. He's
He
leading
is
in
so
points as a
good.
defenseman.
Dude, I told you, Lane Hudson, and everyone said I was
I
on his
shouldn't
dick.
have said anything.
I
shouldn't
still,
have
I
said
still
anything.
prefer to see Wolfie win it, but I mean I can see.
Well,
on
yeah,
anything,
because I'm a
like-
Flames fan, but it's not gonna happen.
yeah.
Dude, I can't wait to get the white PK Subban jersey. It's gonna be so dope.
You're right. They're both the master of looking busy until they start putting up
Yeah,
points.
fuck me. Yeah. Okay, I want to move on. I want to talk quickly about the Flames a little bit, like you were talking about. I want to talk about two things. First off, I want to talk about Zari hit. What do you guys think of it? And
It was unfortunate.
I want
Yeah.
to hear your guys' take on this because I thought it was an unfortunate.
You got to call
angle.
what happened a 5-minute major so the game doesn't get out of hand, but
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
a
yeah.
suspension or fine worthy.
Yeah,
It was,
exactly.
it was
That, yeah.
unfortunate how it happened because he cut in and he's already planted his feet. He didn't stick his leg out. It's just kind of how it happened.
Yeah.
It looks so the way his knee bent
Same
back
with
is
the World Junior one,
Yeah, no.
the World Junior. I think
the
that
Beaudoin hit?
that was a bit different because, in my opinion, I don't even think there was knee-on-knee contact, but I could see
No,
it
it's
being a
hip on
tripping call because he kind of did hit legs first. That's what I would have argued. I did not see a 5-minute major on that play. But also, my caveat to that is, it's international hockey. You
Yes,
know the rules
that's
are
what I was
different.
gonna say.
You know they're going to be looking harder on you if you make even a big hit. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta know at some point that maybe I shouldn't lay this guy out like this. Maybe I should check him, hit him on the wall, or maybe don't blow him up like that.
I think we'll get to the World Juniors a little bit later on. I want to talk about the direction of the Flames right now.
Personally, again, I know you're very pro
It's-
tank right now. I'm really enjoying
I'm
this.
not pro. Well, I'm pro tank, but I'm pro also. Like, if they're gonna decide to win and make playoffs, you can. I don't care, just as long as you decide to do it. I don't want to finish like 10th in the West, and then we get like a mid-round pick. Like we've lucked out in the past. Like we've got Peltier and we've got Zary at like 16 to 20, but like
And Wolf down in
we
7th.
the Flames need a number one, like, who's gonna be a superstar. Like, I love Zary and I love Coronado. I don't think they'll be able to be like the next Gaudreau.
No,
who leads
Costco's
the
not going to be
league.
the guy.
Costco. I mean, how old is Costco? He's 28.
Tony
He's also, he also, he
He's
also,
it's also
he also has no
Justin
fucking
Kirkland.
knee.
We,
He's no
like, you
knee.
need someone, especially in a deep draft like this. Even if you don't get the number one pick, if you pick top 10, you're probably going to get someone who could be a
Oh
star.
yeah, 100%.
I mean, I think we already have a possible guy in the Saguenay Spirit. So
Yeah,
yeah,
named
well, correct.
Tarek.
Yeah,
He
but,
looks-
yeah,
we've
but,
got
yeah, but-
lots of
yeah,
defensemen, but we need a forward.
Like, we have no
That's fair.
forward prospects really.
yeah, you're right. We don't really have scoring, do we?
Like, we've got, like, Coronado looks good. He's like third on the team in goals after only playing like 25 games. But like, to me, Coleman is a bit like, Coronado's a little bit more like a Coleman. Like maybe that's a bad example, but like because he's a far better talent-wise player.
Yeah.
But like, he's not going to be a number one. And then like Zary reminds me a lot of Gaudreau in the skill that he has, but I don't think he could. Like, I think his ceiling isn't as high as who we might want as a number one guy.
Yeah.
But
The Flames-
there's still great pieces that are going to get you there to a cup eventually. You just need to fill it out.
The Flames are really lacking that pure superstar.
And we're fucking dog shit on the face-off. Like,
Again,
that's where
yeah.
you want another one, like a top
and they're still
line
haunted
center.
by Mark Savard on the power play.
Oh god.
It was good for a stretch, and then it's bad again. But
The ghost of Savard.
but there's the problem. Like, if you look at our team, we do not have one single goal scorer. Like, you could say Coronado, but the guy's like 23, and then that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Like, Huberdeau was never a goal scorer in Florida. Kadri's never been a point guy anyways. Like, he's been great, and he's been good for
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
but like, and we have, I mean, we need to get Sharon Govich rolling. He's a trigger man that knows how to shoot it, and he's got to start putting
Yeah.
the puck in the back of the net. Like, he had 66 points last year and 30 goals.
I know Sharky might have the potential to be the guy. I can see
He
it.
could be.
He's a shot on the power
can
play.
see
I
a
don't
shot.
think he's. I don't
Yeah,
think
he's got a
your-
great shot.
He's not your kind of player that'll
Like, you
change the
need
game.
someone like
can see
I'm gonna
breaking
say
out.
it, no, because he's the clear number one, but like someone like Michael Misa who can do kind of everything.
Oh, he would be
I don't know.
amazing.
I don't know. That American guy.
Hagens?
Hagens is. He's
I'd
doing
take,
pretty
going
well.
one.
I'd take
He's
Misa
going
over
one.
Hagens.
Okay, here's the thing though.
That's a
is
debate, though.
I
That's a
feel
debate.
like
I'd be willing to debate
the
that.
World Juniors really sets things out on who's gonna go 1, 2, and 3 and all that.
No,
well,
no, it
like, if you
doesn't.
really look
No,
at it,
it does.
Like it does.
Yeah, it
like
does.
come on, Bedard said, "I'm number one," and there is no question after the World Juniors.
Yeah, fuck
everyone
Bedard
knew that
for that.
Okay.
I'll rant about that later.
Yeah, it
he
sucks
got
for
us
him.
a gold medal. What the fuck?
You should have got number one, buddy. Shit
No,
the
that's-
bed.
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, no, but like, it really sets out, like, at least at a fan perspective, of who's going to be the number one pick. And it sucks that we didn't get that Misa versus Higgins matchup. Higgins looks like he's going to be great. I'm going to say that
Higgins
right now.
will be great.
Higgins
He'll
is
be
going to be a great center. It sucks that we didn't get to see Misa. And honestly, if Team Canada needed one thing, it was to put the puck in the net. And
All right,
they
are
completely
we
missed it.
gonna move on to the
Are we
World
moving to
Juniors?
this?
Or do you want to talk about?
I mean, you've kind of segued.
Yeah,
All
let's-
right, all right.
All right. Let's.
We lost to fucking Latvia.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I.
Shadow Feldberg, though, he looks insane.
What I was saying about fuck Bedard is not that I'm saying that I hate that Bedard, because of how he performed and how he proved himself in the World Juniors those years he was
Dude,
playing.
he was a first overall lock before the World
100%.
Juniors.
But he like,
But
like, he said,
he's,
"This is it."
He's,
Yeah.
he,
kinda
com-
signified- I
he
don't know,
completely
locked it down,
signified
yeah.
and solidified it in the World Juniors.
took
and
over.
ever since then, I've noticed this. Ever since then,
It's been 2 seasons.
fuck off. Let me finish by saying, for the last 2 seasons, it's almost seemed like Team Canada's almost played more as individuals than they have as a team for the Team Canada flag
Well,
on
you
the
say
front.
that, yet if you go back to that 23 team, like, Bedard had triple the points of the next guy. It was just that he had the ability to take
No,
over.
100%. Yeah, but if you watch that team, they also all played like a team.
Yeah, but if you also
if
look
you-
that year, they took the best guys they could take. They didn't just take
And if you look at this,
they
if
didn't
you-
just take London Knights just
if
because.
if you look at this year, you got guys like Easton Cowan, who do fuck all in international
Okay,
play.
no. Look, in defensive Easton Cowan, he was injured before, and I don't think he was fully 100%. And no
you can
offense,
say
like,
what you want. Like, people have bad turns, people have bad games. Like, it might
100%,
hurt his
100%.
stock for like 2 weeks, but fuck, like, it's World Juniors. No one cares.
No,
Like,
no,
no one's gonna remember this
100%.
Latvia win or loss unless you're in
no,
Latvia.
people are gonna remember.
Okay, maybe the Latvia
win,
loss,
dude.
but-
That was pretty big.
The only thing that annoys me is the fact that like it seems to me at least, it used to be they're trying to play for the flag on the front of their jersey or the crest on the front of their
That's a
jersey.
good point. Yeah, I can see that.
Everson and I'm not blaming Bedard, but he's a partial cause of this because he proved himself so much in the World
No,
Juniors. For that.
it's not Bedard's fault at all.
Everyone's-
It's all team. It's all the management. It's who you take.
Yeah, but everyone's like, if you
Like, you
watch,
take
if
guys
you
who
watch
don't
half their
work.
games, there was so many
just chemistry
individuality
loss.
plays. Like it was like I'm not ripping on the guy. He had a fantastic tournament, but there was like 3 plays I watched in the offensive zone against that Latvia game where Gavin McKenna had.
Kyle knows
either-
exactly what to do with the high level hockey.
Shut the fuck up! Neither do you.
Yeah, I'm the one defending the guys. You're the one that's
not,
ripping them
I'm
in.
not ripping on them right now. All I'm saying is I'm giving an example play.
All I'm saying is like we should rip up their passports, burn them,
Oh,
banish them from
Jesus
the country.
Christ.
Like,
Jesus.
You're the immigrant.
Okay, all I was saying is that there was a couple plays where like I saw guys look off an easy pass for a one-timer versus taking a contested shot. Is all I was saying. Stuff like that.
that's
That's why I said
that's what I'm
like,
talking about.
it's
Individual
management.
plays. Yeah, 100%.
It's
I'm not
management
saying
and
that-
coaching. Like,
I'm gonna little rant here. Dave Cameron, dude, what the hell has he done?
Oh,
And no
fuck.
offense, no offense to Dave Cameron. I understand you can say, oh, he's won World Juniors and stuff, but like I full on believe you could put a rubber chicken
But
behind
here's the
that
thing.
Bedard team and they would still win.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Right.
what I said. Like,
100%, yeah.
what makes or break a coach is if you take a team that isn't like the crazy. I mean, it's Canada, so we probably still were favored.
I
didn't
believe
think
we
so,
could put
but-
us on that bench and would still win.
No, we would not. You mean us 3?
No, if you put us 3 on the bench on that Bedard team,
As coaches,
We
As
could
coaches.
win. We would win.
I thought you meant like
no.
Yeah, as players, we could
Brown
tear it
Mergy,
up.
who played rec hockey his whole life. He's taking
Brown
over.
Vetchkin, he's taking over. We got the one knee wonder over here, and then we got fucking the goon squad right here.
Okay, no, but I'm saying like if they literally put us as the coaches, a bunch of dumbasses who are just talking into mics behind that Bedard team, that team would still win.
But here's
That's
the
what I'm
thing,
saying.
though, is like they took the best players they could, and there was chemistry. If you look at the last 2 seasons, this year especially, last year was like you could say those other things. Like this year, if you leave off players like Zane Perek, Michael Misa, Yakimchuk, and Hagel,
Seneke as well.
Hag, Seneca, like
Oh my god, that was a huge
like
one.
I don't, like that's ridiculous. You leave off that many players, like.
And
Like,
and
that's
not
the
even
problem.
And it's one thing to like
if
they cut Seneca and Perek.
No, fuck cutting. They didn't even invite him.
Oh, yeah,
Well, they invited him for, like, 48
Yeah, they
hours.
covered
What?
their ass.
What pisses me off is like they didn't even invite Misa, Yakimchuk, or Hagens. Like that pisses me off.
Okay, this is the thing that pisses
Mean
me off
Haig?
the most.
Haig, yeah.
Is what did that team need the most? It was a puck-moving defenseman. And yes, Reed Schaefer, he looks incredible. Don't get me wrong. He's going to be a
Oh, he missed
top
the whole
10 pick.
tournament, and we could have
But like,
moved
no,
someone.
no. But here's the thing: is once Schaefer went down, they had no one.
Well, you could say
And like,
say
you
the
have Perek
defense,
sitting at
but-
home. You had Yakimchuk. No, but I mean, a puck-moving defenseman would have been so helpful on this team.
Well, you
Someone
can
to
say that, but we
jumpstart
didn't
that
have offense anyways. That's why we needed someone like Michael Misa, who's got 31 goals
agree
in
with that,
30
yeah.
games,
Or Seneke.
or Seneca, who's also got, I don't know, I'm
But
sure
if
he's
you,
got
okay,
25 plus
if you
goals.
could have added one player from that mixed group, who would you add?
Misa, no doubt.
Misa.
I would honestly add a puck-moving defenseman like
No,
Yakimchuk or
no,
Parra.
we
That
had
would be-
Schaefer, and we had,
Well,
I mean,
Schaefer went down, right?
That's
You needed-
hindsight.
Yeah,
you
that's
needed-
hindsight.
Okay,
This
that is
doesn't
fair. That is
matter.
fair. But I would have at least some insurance.
if I was to look,
if I was to look at that team beforehand, the decor wasn't the issue. Like I was upset with the decor. Like I was upset that Perek got snubbed. I was upset.
Perek should have made it,
I was
but-
upset. Yakimchuk didn't even get an invite because
the only guy to me that there is no argument that should have been invited and made the team, no question, is Michael Misa.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
He's on an insane pace too.
the best
right?
junior league in the
Insanely.
world, and you got a goal a game at 17. Like,
there's that. But what really frustrates me is. That they didn't even invite any of these players. But when you look at that decor, they were supposed to have scored. Like they had Schaefer, and of course Dickinson was supposed to be able to score. He's leading the CHL in points for defensemen. Not even just the OHL, the CHL.
That's Zane Perek.
But he was at the time of the selection.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So he's supposed to be your scoring, but then he just didn't produce.
Who's the
so,
other guy? Henry Muse. Isn't
Yeah.
he leading CHL in points as a defense? He's leading the OHL. I know
He was
that.
leading OHL at one point, I think.
So I think
Which
it's
I'd
the-
imagine it would be the same thing because the OHL is probably the
But
best.
I'm saying
league.
is they had defensemen who were supposed to be able to score, and those defensemen who were supposed to be able to score just did not produce.
There was no scoring anywhere. Like,
Yeah. And then I want to talk about one other thing.
Like there
And
was
this-
an
this
asterisk
comes-
from the start, which is what and like
This comes
that's
down-
what throws a wrench into the whole plan.
This comes down to coaching. Stupid, undisciplined fucking penalties.
Yeah,
I
think
hate
he lost
this
the
gritty
room.
style team, man. I'm sorry. You got to add the talent. You have to have the best
But
talent
no,
on the team.
but no, I get it. But
Like the
if-
whole
if-
point of the World Juniors, in my opinion, is to show off the top end talent and don't have a goon that can make the roster, right? Like you're not going to see a guy out there who's 6'4", 250 pounds.
Not
like
100-point player Matt Rempe.
like you're going to
off.
see
I made a mistake, guys.
like you're going to see you're going to see players who have the high individual. Like the whole point of the World Juniors is to show off the top end talent in each team. Like no team brings a two-way, not a two-way forward, it's a bad way to do, a power forward. Like everyone who goes to that team has the capability to walk through an entire line. Like that's the
I
point of the World
understand
Juniors
in
to
their
me.
defense, the reason why, like a lot of people were saying the reason why they didn't lose was because they were soft last year. And then this year we're like, okay, we're going to be a super gritty, hard team.
I think
Not
last
really
year,
super
I think
understand.
last year was a tough example because it wasn't the deepest team we could have brought, and I think there were some snubs still. But like this year, especially, I think is what's wrong with Canada, Hockey Canada, is that the management is off, in my opinion. Because if it's a different management, like the coach, you could say, but if it's the management's decision to take who they want to take, and if you leave off those big names,
the
it
head
kind of
scouts.
Screw. Well, it could be the scouts, could be the GMs. We don't know. It's behind the scenes.
The one thing that frustrates me, and this is coaching, and I will say it's Dave Cameron's fault, is when guys take undisciplined penalties like that.
Like, he lost the room. I
Well,
think.
100%,
when guys take undisciplined penalties like that, he gave them no fucking he gave them no discipline, no disciplinary action.
Also, they skipped practice.
He literally
yeah.
he literally said in an interview, like,
Tournament's too short.
have you ever thought about benching guys if they take a stupid penalty? Like, for example, the Easton Cowan hit from behind
you
right in
can't-
front of the fucking bench.
Yep.
Like, I understand.
You can't bench guys in that tournament. Like
Yeah, I get the too short.
especially when you're not putting out points on every line.
No,
like you can't afford to
but-
scratch me. So I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm saying scratch. I'm saying sit them one shift, try and get them to basically, because you have to give them something, because every player on that team wants to fucking play.
And I think your chance
And
to
you're
do
not
that was
going
your
to-
three first games. Because, like, let's be honest,
Yeah.
it's really easy to get into the playoffs, and then anything can happen. Right?
It's just it's one of those where, again, if the coach says, oh, they know in the room what they need to do, that's not a good coaching. Like, yes, there's such thing as letting the guys know what they need to do, and that's our mindset. But you have to also be somewhat firm and to say, okay, guys, pull your head out of your fucking ass, or you're gonna sit on the bench. Like, especially with Easton County, he's one of your top performers. He did that stupid hit. I'd be benching him for like one or two
And that
shifts.
stupid penalty too at the end of that Czechia game, which cost us. Like, we came back, I was 3-3,
took
and
that
then
penalty?
you took the penalty. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was a stupid,
just
I think,
undisciplined.
trippy
It's
penalty.
like you could say a million things about Team
and
Canada.
you're gonna do that
It's-
with like 2 minutes left in the game when it's 3-3, and give the Czechia a power play. Like,
Team Canada dumpster fire. I'm gonna move on a little bit. I want to talk.
No, hold on. Don't
No,
move on
no,
just
well-
yet. I
different
think you do need a coaching change because win or lose, the easiest thing to replace is the coach at the end of the day, which is shitty about that job.
There's
But
talk. Sorry.
the guy they should bring in, I'm bad with names, back-to-back U18 Worlds, joined, I can't remember what OHL team it was, halfway through the season, took him to a Memorial Cup, and then I think he has won the U20s too.
is it the Sognia team?
I don't think it's Shogana.
Shogana?
I don't remember exactly. I can't remember his name, but I know he won 2 U18s, and he took I'll say it's struggling because I don't follow the OHL.
He said he's in the
Struggling,
O, right? I'm
sure it was the OHL. Struggling OHL coach team who was not where they wanted to be and taken to a Memorial Cup. Like,
There's
if
that
there's
guy.
someone who has mastered junior hockey, it's that guy. And I think like you got to go with your next
There's
best
that,
man.
but there's also talk in Hockey Canada they're going to bring in a full-time coach and like a paid coach.
We should
A paid
have
coach and
that at
scouting.
our level.
Agree, yeah.
But the
I don't know why
problem,
Canada doesn't have a national development program.
look at the U.S. though. Like the problem is that you have a coach who finally has like taken him to the promised land, back-to-back wins. Plus, was he there for the 21 win?
I believe he was too.
He was
yeah.
So 3 wins in 4 years if he was there. If not, back-to-back wins and a semifinal.
Let's
And
not
two-
forget
and
he's
the
built
previous
that
year.
Denver
Yeah,
program in
and
the
two
NCAA.
NCAA.
So but then there's the problem though, is that like he's proven himself to be too good for this level. As you see now, he's left and he wants a better role. He wants like an
Yeah, but
assistant job in the pros.
David Carl.
But
David
he-
Carlisle.
he-
Carl, sorry, not
Yeah,
Carlisle.
Carl.
But the U.S. coach also did say that he also didn't want to be away from his family during Christmas time. He has kids, which I get that.
Well, that dude, he's like 36, 38.
He's like 36, yeah. So I get that.
But there's the problem.
It's
Like you
tough.
could employ. Like I think what you should do is not go a young route. I know Dave Cameron's not young, but like who like not Babcock because I think players would hate Babcock, but someone like that who's coached NHL, who's coached everything, and is
Bruce Boudreau.
Yeah, how do you find out Bruce Boudreau running a team? Like if you want to put
He's
in,
coaching Bar down
if
right
you
now.
want to put
I
in,
saw that. That's hilarious, dude.
that's if
Oh
you
my
want to put in
God.
like a full-time Hockey Canada coach, you have to pick someone like Babcock or Trotz, or not Trotz, or
I like to see Boudreau,
who
'cause
are not
if
full-time
if-
and have played tenured
If
coach.
you do Boudreau, for example, he can coach he can do your U18s, he can do your World Juniors, he can do your
it's tough
full
'cause
team.
they
That's what-
overlap.
No, but I know, but I'm saying that he's like, if you're doing a full-time coach,
I
You
say
would need
World Juniors
someone-
and World Championships call him a day. Like that's your job.
because those are the two biggest tournaments. And then when you do hit, like when we do go back to Olympic NHL players, that's when you'll pick like
To me, it's the John
your
Cooper.
John Cooper.
I'd go John Cooper.
I would go Paul Maurice
Yeah,
any
I'd go
day of my
Paul
life.
Maurice.
Oh yeah, you're right. I go Paul Maurice.
Paul Maurice,
Yeah,
if,
you're right. Never
if
mind.
he's
You're right
still
about that.
coaching and he's still doing what he's doing, I would say. But that's what I mean.
to get down here like me.
Wait, who's the coach for their Four Nations team? Do you guys
John
know?
Cooper.
Is it John Cooper?
Is it
It's John Cooper.
Probably John Cooper.
I think it's going to be John Cooper. Yeah, John Cooper will lead the 2026 Olympic team.
Why do you it's John Cooper? Of course it is, because he has six
I mean,
fucking
I'm
lightning
not
on that
mad at
team.
that at all.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
mad at
right.
all. I'm just saying, like at that level, you're gonna want a guy who's still in the NHL. But in juniors, like
he's got
if
to.
you want a permanent coach, it would be someone who's done and who's been tenured. But I do think it should go to I can't remember his name. That one guy that I just mentioned who won
Yeah.
the U18s
Yeah.
twice and then took the team to the Memorial Cup after struggling for the first half of the season. Like that's a sign of a good coach.
I got a question, and this is something that I want to know differences. Do you think Canada would benefit from a national development program like the U.S. does?
Yes.
I don't know why Canada hasn't done it. I think that if we did an
you
NDTP
might.
like
I
them,
think we might see a change towards that now with the NCAA taking over the CHL. But
especially with how good like that U.S. development program has proven that it is good at pumping out guys.
okay, yeah, but the Hockey Canada program has proven that we put up the first overall pick every year. So that's my point.
Yeah, but
like,
it's also money wise though as
Okay.
well. That's a different conversation.
That is the thing here. Is I believe Hockey Canada has been very money hungry, especially like these last 10 years. They haven't really been focused on developing the game, right?
Yeah,
If
that's
you look
not the
at it,
problem.
Yeah.
That's our issue. Is the U.S. their goal has always been let's beat Canada, right? And it's fueled them to this point where they're arguably they might beat us. They probably are. Yeah, they are
They
beating
did.
us. They are beating us.
did.
What am I
They
saying?
did.
Okay, but like
And-
Hockey Canada has been so money hungry, and the problem is we're backing the wrong things like sexual assault instead of focusing on growing
let's
the game.
not go that deep.
At the
Let's
grassroots
not go
level.
that deep.
Instead of growing the game on the grassroots level, right? We're not like, let's be honest, we have competition in Canada now. Basketball's becoming bigger. Soccer is only getting bigger. Hockey isn't our main sport anymore. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it.
Hockey's
I
the
would
main
beg to
sport.
differ.
It is, but it's dying.
No, it's not.
It's not
I would say
dying.
so.
It's not anywhere near dying.
It's just the culture's changed. Like now, it's like I don't know. Like if you
Like-
look back at. Like you need heart. Like that Latvia team, they blocked what 20
Oh my
shots.
God.
that
that
20,
game?
that number 24. What the fuck was his name?
Mateko's number 9.
Yeah, he's their top pick. He's their top player.
Whoever number
My point
24
is, you
was
need
blocked, like,
heart, and if
6
you got
shots
guys
in
that
one
like,
shift.
I'm going to use this Team Canada team as an example, but you could also use the 2023 team too, even though they won. Where like we got battered by Czechia in the group stage match. Like it doesn't really matter. Like the cop-out answers of the world is catching up to Canada, and yes, they are, and that means that we need to step up something, whether it be. I don't want to say cheaper development programs because that's never going to happen. But like
I think
like
just
a
like
national-
less. It's so tough. It's so tough to come up with an answer. Like
Yeah, it's
you
so
could use the
difficult to come
World
with an
Juniors as
answer.
the number one example, but it isn't the only example. But like maybe not trying to take so many possibilities on players. Like take the odds on your favor. Like take Michael Measley, who's got a goal in every game, rather than
take
maybe an off the
Beckett
board
Seneca.
idea. Beckett Seneca.
Yeah.
Beckett Seneca. Take James Hage type thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I honestly think like there is money to move, and I know they're probably moving it now when it's a little too late. But you're seeing the impacts because again, it's our age. It's the 2005 guys, right? That are
Yeah.
most of this team, right?
Yeah, I'm going to the draft
and
next year.
we've been
Yeah, fuck
through-
boys. We fucking
we
made it, didn't we?
We made it. Yeah,
I think
future-
it's so far above our pay grade that even speculating doesn't make any sense. Like you
I
can,
agree. I agree,
like
yeah.
because you brought up, does Canada need a national development program? And I would have argued back, does the U.S. need a junior program? Like I know they have high school and they have college.
They have
but-
USHL.
And now that the CHL is allowed to be NCAA, maybe we won't see that anymore because maybe they'll probably just still go NCAA. But like, I do think for the longest time why Canada had so many number 1 picks, and they still do, is because you have a league where you can play against guys your own age, whether or not you get exceptional status, whether or not you're better than anybody else. Like look at why is it so tough? Like Michkov, in Michkov's draft, when he was playing I don't remember if he was playing in KHL, but he's playing in Russia at a pro league. He probably didn't average a point per game. But if you put a guy like Michkov in the CHL or in another junior league, kids his own age, that guy puts up 4 points a night. Like that's like, and that's why you can't. That's why people hurt. Like that's why you can't rush a prospect and throw him into the NHL right away, because maybe he was good in the WHL or whatever it was, but the jump to pro is huge. And even with the like. Maybe the U.S. needs something like that, because I'm a little bit ignorant on the U.S. I don't really know how they train their players. Do they only play exhibitions?
No. And for the U.S. NDP, they don't. They do a lot of most of their stuff is exhibition though. I don't think they actually have a league.
Do they play international friendlies? Like that's what I'm saying. That like you might need a junior
Aren't they part
league.
of USHL? No. U.S. National Development? No, I'm pretty sure they are.
Who?
The U.S. National Development Program? They're not part of the USHL. There's no way they're part of the USHL.
Who? The U.S. National Development Program?
Yeah, I thought they were part of the USHL.
I thought they were too.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So they do. Do they do a junior league?
They do have a junior league.
Okay,
It's the USHL.
US Hockey League.
It's just honestly with the new switches and everything, more players are probably going to go to the CHL.
I'm very ignorant on like juniors, because I only really know the CHL.
The USHL.
We were never making it anyways.
The USHL is pretty good. The NCDC is pretty good. A couple other leagues are not bad.
I think
the NAL is pretty good. The North American Hockey League.
It's going to sound very cliche, but I don't think you can really just say, "Oh, it's all Canada's fault." Because if you look at it, other countries really are just getting better.
Oh no,
hockey.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Canada didn't help.
So like, while maybe it's upsetting to Canadians that we're no longer going to win 95% of the tournaments that we show up to.
It is.
Like maybe that's the case, and here's the thing. Like I'm gonna say with the junior team this year, I don't want to keep battering them because like they're way better than I will ever be. In 4 lifetimes from now. My point is...
Are you kidding me? Dude, Brown Vetchkin's different. I'm telling you right now, Bedard is scared.
Let's reference this right now by saying that we are all bums that have never gone anywhere, and we do not like...
If we had brought truly the best possible squad and the best possible coach and whatever happened, and we lost... I wouldn't have been choked up about how it happened. I would have been like, fuck, like, we got competition now. But I think it's like it's just at the point we're at, it's a little bit in the dip of like disappointing, but like, you know what I mean.
I want to reference.
I'm going to leave it there for me because I want to
reference this whole section of World Juniors by saying that we are all guys who are not anywhere near as good as any of those players on any of those rosters.
You kidding me? I played Adam Six.
We will get absolutely walked. We get absolutely walked by all those guys. So I'll reference this by saying that first. But I do think that there are some changes made in Hockey Canada.
Oh yeah.
Next thing I want to talk about is
final thing probably because
this
might take up a few minutes.
Final thing. I want to talk about the one thing I want to talk about.
I don't want to spend too much time on this because it is the biggest thing in hockey right now.
With the big man here, I want to talk to him about it. But he decided he was going to sleep more. Pettersson and Miller, all that whole situation going on. People calling and said that Miller was too hard on him. There's so many different sides to the story.
I think it's like maybe obviously not as talent like comparable, but like Zadorov and McKinnon, where you have a player who maybe like Zadorov is probably the most laid back guy you'll ever see in the league, and he probably thrives under maybe a less stressful environment, like someone who's harping on his ass every single time. And I think that's a little bit what Pettersson likes. Like he's Swedish boy. Obviously, he's pretty quiet. Like you don't see him in the media all the time. Like he's not the biggest name. And then you've got Miller, who is very intense. Very on everybody's ass to be perfect, and I think that's where it starts to collide.
The issue is we've never seen this is their two best offensive players
by far, right? Maybe besides Quinn, but like forwards for sure.
Well, yeah, forward wise, I'll give it. Yeah,
Besser's up there, but it depends.
No, it's Petty Miller.
It's Pettersson and Miller number 1 and 2.
And I don't think we've ever seen a rift like this. Like I don't want to compare it to like a Kobe Shaq type thing. But like we've never seen a big rip.
But
with
you
these
can say it's a Kobe Shaq thing. Shaq was the laziest motherfucker. I would say, like, if Shaq had Kobe's work ethic, he would have been the greatest player by a mile. It's the same sort of thing.
You got a point.
It's the same sort of thing where. Like, not every guy in the dressing room are going to be best friends. Like, you're not always going to love the one guy no matter what, unless you get lucky. And I think that's just how it's going to... Because you all have the same goal in mind. You're all there to win. It doesn't... Like, you'll suck shit up with one annoying guy just to win. Yeah. But if it is constant, like they just seem so different in my opinion. Like, we know Miller's intense, and we know he likes to put up 100 points. We know Pettersson likes to put up 100 points, but he doesn't seem to be as like, I don't want to say out there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And I think that's the ultimately problem with it, and it just happens. Like... Like I bet you not everyone likes McKinnon in that room because I bet you he is like probably
he's
the
a
most
hard ass. Yeah,
intense
100%,
guy on the ice. But look it up. Like they've won a cup. Like they've done it. Like
So if you're the Canucks GM and it gets to this point, because it seems like it's gotten to the point where one is going to get traded.
in my opinion,
It feels like it's gone to that point.
Kind of reminds me of like how Subban and Pacioretty, like is there a situation, but like gotten to the point of one of them has to be traded.
The issue, well, again, I wouldn't say they
long
got
is-
to that issue though, and it never got that public. That's the thing. This is like full on public. The media is on your ass, and if it's
that's
gotten
the
to
problem
this
with the
point,
media. I do think they are running wild with it a little bit. I think that's also what's
wild.
hurting the.
like Subban and Pacioretty was
team.
very quiet, and yes, of course, there's the rumors that Subban did something with Pacioretty's wife and blah blah
Fucking
blah. right?
legend.
Hey, I'm rocking his jersey for a reason, right?
You're a dick for that one.
I love Subban, man. I hate Pacioretty. I'll just don't tell you that right now. Thanks for Nick Suzuki, by the way.
It's okay.
But yeah, like you look at this, and they're your two best players. They're your two best offensive players, and the media, again, they might be overblowing this right now. Who knows?
I think they always
But
do.
the fact
but
that
it's
like
still
a guy
problem.
like Elliot Friedman saying, "Oh, they're looking around at Pettersson and Miller," like how bad has it gotten in that
if
locker
Friedman
room?
says it, it's true.
I know that's my
the
issue.
point
It's like
that's the point
it's
I've
not like a
gotten to.
Frank Cervalli, which like obviously he's a great like yes he gets some things right, but Friedman has a 90.
Freeman is the number one
at
guy
least a 90+%
in our age
right?
right now for that.
Yeah,
like
he
knows
doesn't
it.
miss.
Like
Apparently the Bruins have talked about both of them.
well, Zibanejad was turned down for Miller earlier.
I saw
this
that.
year.
Okay, so if
and
you're
I
the
actually,
GM,
if
And
it was at this
should.
point now, I might take that trade. Like I don't quite. What's Zibanejad's contract at? Is he being paid $8.5? It's something like that.
No,
Like
that's
those
Apparently
similar.
similar.
Vancouver's interested in Alexis Lafreniere.
In my, they're gonna keep Laugh. I don't think they'll
I
trade
don't think
Laugh.
Laugh's gone.
I think
He's
Laugh's
too
don't think he
young.
will
right
either.
now. If I was the Vancouver GM, and clearly there's a reason why I'm not a professional in any means in this sport for any reason, I would do anything you can to keep Pettersson. He's 26. He's proven the hardest shot. He's fast as hell. He's got a crazy accurate shot.
That's why I'm kind
And
of
he's
shocked.
the future. Like he's the same age as Quinn Hughes. Why would you want to? I mean, obviously, I know nothing about the insides, but why would you not keep the guy who's 6 years or 7 years younger? Maybe, and clearly he is on a bigger contract, but in my opinion, Pettersson's worth that contract when he was playing up to he was 2 seasons ago.
And
Same
yeah.
with Miller, but Miller's 31.
Yeah, he's closer.
he
No, like I
31?
get that because Miller's older, right? He's got a bigger Pettersson does have the bigger contract, but like if you look at this on paper, Pettersson should be your future. He's your
Like
guy,
if
right?
if I had to choose between Pettersson at 11.5 and Miller at 8.5, I would still take
That's
Pettersson
why it's
at
so
11.5.
shocking to me because to me it was like a no-brainer. Okay, you get rid of Miller, right? Because Pettersson's your guy. You've locked into him. You're already.
But you also want your
$11.5
money's
million.
worth. Like maybe this whole thing is hurting Miller's value a little bit. To
Why
Well,
is
there's-
Pettersson on the block?
Well,
then? Like, that's my thing, right?
I was looking at this before, and the reason I was saying about like as you're saying intense guy like Miller and laid back guy like Pettersson, it was on Spit and Chicklets, I think it was, and I think it was Yandel. I'm not sure who exactly it was, but he played with both Miller and Pettersson in Vancouver.
Oh, Brad Richardson was
It was
the guy.
Richardson.
It was Brad Richardson.
And he literally
yes.
sat there and said he sat Miller down and said, "Dude, you're going too hard on this kid. You're gonna fucking you're gonna hurt him. Like you're gonna break him." And that's like it seems as
I think it's the
again,
same
to a
sort of
point,
reason. Like
that's what
I
happened.
think it's the same thing as like Babcock or Trotz, where like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that style of hockey is clearly not the number one anymore. And like because clearly, if you create a rift in the room, you are the problem. Whether or not you put up the most points in the team, if you're the problem in the room, it's probably your fault.
It's just it shocks me that like Pettersson's name's
Especially
getting
after,
floated around. It's like
especially
that's a guy
after
that'd be untouchable.
back-to-back
to me.
100-point seasons from both of them, or close to it. You know, like what were they? Second in the Pacific last year?
First.
For the first in the Pacific last year?
And one goal away from
And one
beating
goal
the
from
Canucks
the
on their
conference final?
third stringer. On
Like
their
that's my
third stringer.
like last year I thought was a bit of a win they did that well. I thought this year was going to be the year where they actually stake their name as a contender, but it's looking more like they're a one season wonder with how it's going with and injuries are a problem, but that's you can't control that. But within the locker room, so I think you have to do something. I think there has to be a culture change, and if it's not Miller or Pettersson, it might be like I don't know Myers or someone who's also
Kylan,
a big name.
Obviously, we got Evan's point of view. If you're the GM right now and it gets to this point, which it seems like it is, who are you moving, Miller or Pettersson? Because like again,
Miller.
Miller.
The reason why is because Miller's great in all areas of the ice, and so is Pettersson. However, I think Pettersson's a little more valuable because first off his age, second off you've already signed his big ass contract. So that's the other thing. Miller's gonna be easier to move out because very few
Miller's
teams.
harder to move.
No, but very few teams are going to take on Pettersson's contract.
No, a lot of teams would take on Pettersson's contract. Miller's harder to move because he's making almost the same. It's not too much different. Like
Yeah,
$4
but-
million in the cap space is not much, but he's also 6 years older.
Yeah, but with
And trade value just in general is lower
I'd
than
move
Pettersson's.
Miller also because Pettersson. I don't think is Miller a center at all.
I have
Miller is
no
a
idea.
center. Yes, he
He's a
does.
center?
But Miller's your number one center. Pettersson's kind of moved to the wing, but he can also play center.
Yeah, but I'd still move Miller just because I think.
If you can.
My personal opinion is that Pettersson's better in both ends of the ice.
Yeah. So Miller is.
That's my
locked in.
personal opinion. I'm going to preference that by saying.
The only other way I would see this going is if they wanted another, because if you trade Miller, I don't think you're going to get, you're not going to get a young guy that's good now. You're going to get someone who hasn't proven himself to prove himself, or you also swap for another guy who's a bit more tenured. But if you were to trade Pettersson, you might be looking at getting someone who's competitive immediately. If that's what you want to go, if that's the route they want to go.
I think just sell the team.
Just burn the city down. Fuck it. I
Fuck,
hate
they already
them.
at halftime.
So yeah, Miller has 5 years left at an $8 million cap hit, but again, he has a no move clause, a no trade list. Sorry, yeah.
No trade clause or no move clause?
No move clause. Years 5 to 7. 15 trade. Oh wait. Hold
So he's
up.
not in the no move clause
He's
yet.
not because I thought he had no trade clause. That's why he's like, I'm only gonna wait for New York.
No
That's-
move
okay.
clause is a bit different though.
No
Because
move's
no
only
move
down.
is you can't do anything.
Sorry. Okay, I thought he had a no trade clause, and I thought he was like, oh, I'm only
Because
gonna
you can
wait.
waive, you can waive both, but like a no move clause, you can't do anything to that guy unless he says
Yeah,
no
it
trade
doesn't-
clause. Is
doesn't
like,
look like he has no trade clause.
I don't know if did he get a partial no trade clause? Like I don't even
Yes.
know.
Yeah. 15 team.
Okay, because he's not going to go to someone like fuck Calgary, Miller, any of them. I don't think are going to go to Calgary. They're going to want to go to maybe Miller,
Pettersson
maybe
for
Pettersson,
Huberdeau.
but, like Miller's going to want to go to a team
I'd be
who
down,
is
actually.
going to be.
Pettersson for Huberdeau. Trade the
down.
Connies.
Like, who do you like if they were to trade Miller? Who do you think he would go to? I was gonna say, but the Rangers was my number one choice.
Obviously,
but
I
Rangers
think-
don't have much to give up.
Well, the Rangers seem like they're willing to blow it out, and from what I'm heard, Drury he's willing to do bad things to get JT Miller. Like to me, they're from
Didn't
what
he
I'm
already
hearing.
play in New
From
York?
what I'm hearing, yes, he did.
Was
From
it
what I'm
Islanders or
hearing
Rangers?
is it's a center and a defenseman that they're looking for.
Who,
To
New
me,
York or
no, to Vancouver. So
Vancouver's looking for a center,
Zibanejad and Keandre Miller.
Yeah, they're also talking.
They were talking about Keandre Miller. I like Keandre Miller.
I really like Keandre Miller.
There's talk about them being interested in Noah Dobson though as well with Islanders.
No, Dobson's not going
Dobson's
anywhere.
not a move.
I'm sorry, Dobson is too good. Yeah, no.
You could.
yeah,
The
I'm just
other
saying
one
they're
I could
interested
see, like, if you wanted to do a young guy, like, there's been lots of talks about Brady Tkachuk, and I personally wouldn't do a Pettersson Tkachuk deal, but if
Look,
that's what the rumors
this
are
is
floating around, like,
One sleeper team that I'm seeing right now is
Pettersson for Hughes.
the Buffalo Sabres. I think Dylan Cousins, you could get a good package around.
yeah, but not maybe Miller, not Pettersson. Pettersson.
I think so. Yeah,
Pettersson pulls a bit
Pettersson's
more
little
weight.
bit, yeah.
I
Like
wouldn't-
I've heard Owen Power might be on the if you go Cousins and Power for Pettersson.
I can see Power
Again,
being on
I
the
can see
clock.
that
but-
is gonna weaken your team.
But what sucks for
Are you in still win
like,
now mode right now or what?
that's a whole nother fucking Buffalo
Right?
rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Yeah, Buffalo is always in win now mode, quote unquote.
Probably have to leave it there. Like we've done enough speculating. We don't have to wait till the next week.
I know, right? Jeez.
To find out what happens.
So much
like
speculating.
there's so much.
I guarantee you the trade's gonna happen like 15 minutes after.
Yeah,
I'm done
right when we're
editing.
leaving.
Yeah, we're driving home, fucking go on Instagram. And
Did we cover everything?
We did cover everything in the topics.
We also ranted pretty good, so
There are so many different speculation pieces we can make, and
Zach Hyman just bought the Hamilton Bulldogs.
I
yeah,
saw
I know,
that.
I saw that.
That's cool. that's a
Their,
fun one.
their whole team's gonna stand in front of a net now
Yeah.
and wait for McDavid to pass him the puck.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
I'm so sad we haven't talked about my Habs who are absolutely ripping it
Thank
up
God.
right now.
Fuck
Oh
you.
my god.
Get off the Habs.
What are you guys wearing?
I was told to wear this.
We're in a Habs jersey before they were mid.
Yeah, same.
Yours no.
I do want to talk about one other thing that actually happened. So it's just sort of funny stories that I have.
Yeah, we went to the cup that year when we wore that.
So there's the
Continue,
funny,
yeah.
so the funny stories that I pull out of my ass every once in a while. So there was with
He
the
loves
new,
pulling stuff out of his ass.
Shut up, Ali. So there is with the whole CHL now being allowed in the NCAA. There's a lot of guys jumping ship actually. So the main one that was there was the Brooks Bandits starting goaltender. So he
Is this public knowledge?
Yes, it is. He's already been signed. Yeah, no. I wouldn't.
gonna
I
make
would-
sure.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expose anything like that. He jumped ship from Brooks to I think it was Toria or who was it?
I don't know.
I don't know, to someone in the dub, and he jumped ship from Brooks. And he had like a point. He had like a 948 save percentage in the BCHL. Like it was nuts. Like a 196 goals
After your
against.
Rempe statement, I don't know if I believe that one, but we'll have to see.
I can pull up right now.
I'm just
I'll
fucking
pull it
with
up.
you.
Yeah,
Finish
yeah,
this
we're
up.
good.
Finish
Skip
it up.
Yeah.
But anyway, he had some nuts stats in the BC. That's all I know. But he told me he was leaving, and Brooks just refused to send him his gear. Like they just refused to send him his goalie gear. Like he got to the WHL camp, was like, hey, where's my gear? And they're like, Brooks doesn't send it to us. And like they were just legitimately refused to send his gear.
He's actually right. Johnny Hicks put up a 943 right
Yeah.
now.
Dang.
Signed with the Victoria
Oh,
Royals.
he said 948. He's wrong.
Fuck me.
Okay, point. I'll give him.
But
it.
Hicks, like Brooks, legitimately would refuse to send his gear. Now I get it. If Brooks paid for his gear, I understand that. But at the same time, dude,
It's
like
BC. Don't you pay for your own?
nope,
Oh, never mind.
not in Brooks.
Take it back.
It's Brooks.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I was like, if there was ever the most petty way to be, it's your goaltender leaves you for a dub team, and your star goal, because he's been like their star goaltender for a while now.
Yeah.
And your star goaltender leaves you for a dub team, and then you just don't send his gear. I think it's the most petty thing you could ever fucking do. Like, imagine being that goaltender, going to this dub team. I mean, it's a great opportunity because now you can go to the NCAA still. Getting there, getting into your stuff practice, looking and seeing, fuck is my gear at? Like,
That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it be? All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up there.
All
All
right,
right, Kylan,
so-
will give us the outro.
thank you guys for watching. Like I said, stay safe if you're in LA or anywhere near there.
Fuck the big guy.
Yeah, fuck you, Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. See
All
you
right,
later.
like and subscribe, as
Fuck
Kylan will say.
yourself. Fuck yourself.
Not-